Hey there, this is Brittany Menesma, and I am going to show you today how to contour and highlight using Senegence items. And there's so many different items that you can use to achieve a contouring and highlighting look, and I'm going to show you some of my favorites today. So two things I love about Senegence makeup. Number one, it is completely budge proof. So I love that I can go throughout my day without worrying about what my makeup looks like. I know that it's staying right where I put it. And then number two, it doesn't sit on the surface of your skin. It actually melts into your pores. So it is able to mix with your pigmentation a little bit and blend much better, and it doesn't look harsh. And I love that, especially for contouring. So I'm going to show you a few different items you can use with contouring. I'm going to show you first how you can use our shadows to contour. Now this is amazing. I'm actually wearing this Mocha Java color on my lids right now, and then I'm also going to use it as a contour color as well. So when you're contouring, you want to have a color that's many shades darker than your current skin tone, and then a color that's many shades lighter than your current skin tone for your highlighting. So for my contouring, like I said, I'm going to show you on one side what I use with the Shadow Sense items. The first one is Mocha Java. I have it on my eyelids, and I'm actually just going to take it and very simply, I'm going to put it in the areas that I want to contour. So when you think of contouring with your darker color, you're gonna wanna think of the areas that you want to push back or make look smaller. A lot of people also reference if you just think of like a 3 or a backwards 3 when you're doing your face. That is a really easy way to start out and figure out, is that the type of shape that you like when you're contouring. So I'm going to take my darker color of Mocha Java, and when I contour right around my cheek area, what I like to do is start at the top of the base of my ear and then kind of go halfway down my face. I'm not going to go all the way down to my lips. I don't want there to be a really harsh line. I just want to add a little bit of dimension. If you think about it, we put on foundation and naturally our skin is not, or our face is not like all one color. So adding that dimension back can be very flattering for many people. So that's what you want to think of when you're contouring. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to put some right around my forehead. So using Mocha Java, I go ahead and just get that from the base and then halfway down there. And then I'm just going to put a few dots right around my forehead there. And I'm going to take my contour brush. I currently use a Sigma Extreme Contour Structure Contour Brush. You can find many different kinds of contour brushes. You do not have to use this brand. You just want it to be soft but also firm. So just make sure if you're going into the store to look for a contour brush, you're asking the associate to help you find something that is for contouring so that you can make sure you do get the right brush for it. It is important to have the right brushes because it will help your look a lot if you're using the correct brushes that are made for contouring. Okay, so I just lightly blend that in, and you can already tell it's added dimension. And when you are contouring, the number one thing I will say is do not be afraid. So it's going to look a little bit darker at first, but like I said, our makeup is not going to sit on the surface of your skin. It's actually now going to work to go into my pores and mix with my own skin pigmentation. So see how easy that was to do? I love it. So that is how I do my darker color. I'm going to show you on the other side of my face a couple different items, but first let me take the other color I showed you. So I have the Pink Opal Shimmer color, and I'm actually going to use that as a highlighting. So what I'm going to do is the places that I want to highlight, I'm actually just going to take my brush and kind of dab on right where I want to highlight. I'm sorry, my wand. And then I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to kind of sweep that. And you can see that that just leaves like a highlighting, shimmery look on your face. So when you're highlighting, you want to think of the areas that you want to bring out, you want to highlight them, you want to make them kind of almost like draw them forward. So when you're doing your darker color, it's about pushing that area back, and when you're doing your lighter color, it's about bringing that area forward. So think of that when you are highlighting. Okay, so it just highlights for me the areas that I want people's eyes to be drawn to when they're looking at me, when they're talking to me. So I just want to, I like to enhance a little bit around my forehead area and then also around my cheeks. So I'm going to show you how to do it a couple of different ways. So the next way I'm going to show you is actually with our translucent loose powder in the bronze dust. This is amazing. And then also our pearlizer for highlighting. So the bronze dust I'm using for contouring. So kind of same philosophy. And if I wanted to over here too, I could take right down that 3 I was talking about. So here to here, okay? And you can kind of push that back a little bit with your contouring, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my translucent loose powder in bronze, and the way that you use the loose powder, first of all, when you do get it, you're going to want to open it up, and there's a little sponge thing in there, and you're going to just take like a needle or like a bobby pin or something and just poke a couple holes there so that you get more product out. But basically what you do is you're going to do this, you're going to put it upside down, and you're going to pound on it until you see a little bit of the product coming out of the brush, okay? And then when you see that, that's when you can use it. Now the bronze dust is pretty pigmented, so I would go a little bit lighter. You're going to see that color go on pretty easily. Look how simple that is. It's like immediately on. So then I'm just going to take a just blending brush and just blend that out. But that is like so simple to do. And then to highlight, and if I wanted to, I could bring it down here too. And then to highlight, I'm going to use the pearlizer. Now our pearlizer is in the foundation section if you're looking for it. And it is super beautiful. I love to put it wherever I'm wanting to highlight, of course. And it's really easy to blend in. So I'm just going to kind of just pat that in. And it's like, it's not super shimmery, but it definitely adds a lot of like, I call it like a J-Lo glow. It is just so beautiful. And then, so then I'm just gonna take my fan brush, and you just wanna make sure, especially when contouring, that you're blending everything in. Okay. All right, and I always like to finish my look with some concealer. So I love to use our concealers. I use the light and our white concealer, so light and white. The white acts as a highlighter itself. It's also another item that you can use to highlight. But what I like to do is just take it and put it right under my eyes there and kind of draw it down, because I want to enhance the look right under my eyes. I want people to be drawn to my eyes, and I want my eyes to look refreshed. And so I love our concealers because it's going to melt into my skin. It's going to not be heavy on my face. And it's going to make me look nice and bright and ready for my day. Even if you put any of our makeup on a little bit too heavy, just give it like 5-10 minutes and it will sink into your skin and it will look totally different. It's really amazing. This is like the easiest makeup to work with, because it's so forgiving. It just does the work for you. Okay, And there we go. That is how I highlight and contour. And so this is the side that I used the eyeshadows on. So again, I used my Mocha Java eyeshadow for my eyes, and then I also used it to contour. And then this is the side that I used the translucent loose powder and the pearlizer. So you can use any of those items to do contouring or your highlighting. There's also many different items in our line as well as those that you could use for contouring and highlighting. Essentially, you just want to find an item for your contouring that is darker than your skin tone, a few shades darker, and then a highlighting item that is definitely a lot lighter than your current skin tone. So if you're confused about what to get, ask your distributor. And I hope you found this very, very helpful, and have a wonderful day.